Mr. Sahay continues to be with us. Sir, uh, we can sort of predict how things are going to go from now. There is going to be, you know, finger pointing that's going to happen. You should take the responsibility. You are responsible, so on and so forth. And between the tu meme, there is going to be an attempt to brush this blunder under the carpet. What to do about that?
See, the responsibility is crystal clear. Security is the responsibility of the state government and through the state government of the police. There needs to be huge amount of documentation as to where the bandobast arrangements have been made, and those documents should be available. Whether the documents were there in the first place, who took the permission, who gave the permission, and permission was given for what number of crowd. See, we are handling international cricket matches and all that. That is a cock and bull story, and nobody will go by that story whatsoever. Anybody who has some amount of professional capability and professional expertise of policing and crowd management will not buy that story. See, that is when the matches are organized 1 month, 2 months in advance, and through a very, very well-planned drill, things happen, number of tickets. This was a totally different story. I don't know how many people were even aware of the fact that they will be allowed entry at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, at what time it was made known, and that communication mess which was happening, which none of the stakeholders wanted to take it on them. If they want to fix the responsibility is very clear. Whether it will stop with the police or with the bureaucrats or with the political brass, which never takes responsibility of anything, and they have never been fixed for any crowd management, so that is left to them. This particular magisterial inquiry, in which way it goes, we don't know. Hopefully it will go the way we desire, but we have absolutely no idea, or it will become another report. Accountability henceforth can happen only when there is a very clear-cut system of how to manage events which are sporadic in nature. This is a sporadic event. This cannot be managed in an assembly line sort of a mechanism. So in case there are sporadic incidents of this nature or arrangements to be made in this nature, what are the resources to be brought and how it has to be managed, how your metro came to a standstill. Then you talk to anybody in Central Business District. Yesterday I've been talking to a couple of people, though I stay in South Bangalore, they tell me we were able to make out that something awry is there. It is like premonition. It reached a level where you can call it as a premonition. You started getting a feeling that something wrong will happen. And finally it did. So that is where we are. So accountability will come, and the most interesting part is, now who will fix whose accountability and who has the expertise? I would like to know, for a crowd management of this nature or whatever we have been talking about ad nauseam since yesterday, whose capability and whose expertise will you bank on? Is the magistrate an expert on crowd management, or you will also see couple of who will you go to? Today we have reached a level where governance has reached a level of mediocrity, where there is nobody to tell you what is right and what is wrong, and people are trying to get away with literally anything and everything. Somebody talks of uncontrollable. Yesterday there's a spokesperson who was talking about madness, that we can control crowd, we cannot control madness. Now whose madness he was talking about, I have absolutely no idea. And the people are trying to put it on crowd frenzy, and it has happened after 18 years. For a surgeon, whether the person is coming out of an accident or he is coming out of whatever the cause may be, the surgery has to be successful. As a pure policing professional, you need to know what is your problem statement. And yesterday, somehow, I think, I don't know, we were not sure of the fact as to what is happening, in which manner it is happening. So this is where I'm still, I think, literally confused, because this is the same signals we get every time. Magisterial inquiry, we will fix the responsibility, we will do this. And the most fascinating part about yesterday was that the governments have been doing what they have been doing, and all of us are familiar with that in the media and civilians like me. But the way RCB was handling, the way KSCI was handling, the way BCCI was handling, the way IPL chairman or president was handling, that was most bizarre, where they literally said, we wash off our hands and let whatever happen, we are not bothered about it. And I presume they have been able to wash off their hands. So their accountability also need not be forgotten. If KSCI or RCB was doing, then did they go and apply to somebody? Did they get the approval? Did they get? There are a variety of questions which are there, and these questions are not rocket science. All of us know if they really mean what they are talking about, which they generally don't. It depends. At the end of the day, it is your conscience, your capability to do things, and whether you intend or you desire to do. Otherwise, you mismanage, create a situation of this nature, and you give a certificate is hunky-dory and nothing could have been done about it. Still, we are so fair, and we are going in for a magisterial inquiry. So I don't know. So these are my thoughts, and we are certainly not satisfied with the way things were managed all throughout the day yesterday, and even beyond in press conferences and reactions and things of that nature with no ambulance there. So there are a variety of things which come into the picture. It is a complex, crowd management is a complex exercise. That also, when it comes unannounced, of the nature which was to be done yesterday, and the nature of resources where you are not very clear about. It is a cricket match, you know what resources you require and the way it will be structured. So these are the situations for which we have professional police, we have professional governance. They have to come up to that level and deliver. If they fail, there is some issue with the expertise, with the capability to take responsibility, with the capability to deliver. And the worst is when you finally decide to cover your tracks and tell the world that nothing wrong has happened or it was something which was beyond our control. Lastly, you take a digital arrest or you take a crowd mismanagement. Finally, they will tell you that it is the mistake of the people, of the fan, of the crowd, of the people, of the citizens. And governments generally try to wash off their hands. So primarily they were talking about 35,000. Who gave the intelligence that 50,000 people will come? It's not the crowd which has given the intelligence. Who was monitoring the social media? So leave aside purely professional expertise related physical things which we are supposed to do. There are lots of other elements. They also did not fall in place. What was our communication strategy? Did we have even public address systems in place? So I don't know. This broadly, I am at a loss. I've been talking about such incidents for quite some time because things need to be done. And show, they say show shall go on. Show has to be stopped. You set right things. You write on the ticket that we ensure security. That is your job. We are paying for it. So if the show goes on like this, then unaccountability and evasiveness also will continue in the same manner.